Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dave. I'm back in the flesh for another legendary video. Appreciate you guys coming for the No Fugazi Wrestling Podcast. It's like going to an in-depth review about Monday Night Raw for October 21st, 2024, which had a decent show, 100% when it came off to the red brand, kicking things off as we hit towards the road towards Crown Jewel. But we had so many great things took place in the land of Monday Night Raw on the WWE side of things. Keep you guys in the update of things. Samantha Irvin, the official commentator announcer, that was a part of the Monday Night Raw or part of what was entertainment, the powerful voice, more importantly, the person that you know as being the face of the new era when it came to Monday Night Raw, has officially stepped down after months of negotiating because she wanted to step into other future endeavors when it came to music and other different venues when it came to her actual career. It's a sour note to see that she officially has stepped down and no longer being a part of being announcing for WWE, but maybe she'll take a backseat role and do some other things. You focus on music or maybe some other hobbies that she may be interested in. I know a lot of people were speculating, thinking that she may officially just jump right away to sign away when it comes to AEW, but that's not the case. As Ricochet, Trevor Main has already came out with a statement to say that she's not on her way to AEW, but take it easy, take a back seat, but everything is going to be calm, cool, and collective when it comes to that developing story. Um, but in overall, they were live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, kicking things off. We had the commentary on deck. It was Joe Trevester and Wade Barrett. Of course, Joe ended up introducing the crowd back for Monday Night Raw and introduced the legendary Lillian Garcia as official announcer for the ring announcer for Monday Night Raw, moving forward into the new era under Hunter's regime. But other than that, everything was cool as things were loud and high packed when it came to the Wells Fargo Center, and things were looking good as they got things underway when it came to the arrival of all the stars that were coming in through the course of the day, including Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, as well as Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and so many more stars who were lined up to be showcased on Monday Night Raw. But we ended up getting things underway as we end up having Bronson in the ring, and then he ends up getting jumped by Seth Rollins to kick things off, and things really broke down very quickly as he was hit with a briefcase directly out that he had with a suitcase, and then officials broke it up, and then of course Seth Rollins' music ended up hitting. He came down and he was looking to pick a fight, and then of course Bronson Reed came down. Adam Pearce had his hands tied. He was trying to break things up, have security kind of play amends and try to keep things on the wraps. The funniest spot was when the security went flying from the entrance as Bronson Reed ended up coming directly down. They got into a melee brawl. Things really broke down. Bronson Reed was looking dominant as ever as things were really picking up. It looked really good when it came to Bronson Reed, from my own personal opinion. And pretty much he threw the other people around. He picked up one of the security officers, then lunged him at one of the security officers. And then he's about to get ready to hit that tsunami on Seth Rollins, who initially rolled out the way. And things really broke down afterwards as the brawl continued to go through the course of everything. Seth Rollins did a dive, and then eventually things really broke down as things got into the course of it inside the ring, where Bronson Reed was about to set up for the tsunami after a follow-up with a Death Valley driver. And things really picked up when he missed, and things really broke down from there. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view how you were feeling about that actual full setup for that match for Crown Jewel, as it is official that they're setting those ties of those two men clashing, as Bronson Reed did set his course of being a true star after he took out Seth Rollins after not only one tsunami, two, but a course of almost nearly six tsunamis, to set itself as being not only one of the prime stone talent, but more importantly, he showed what he can do as being one of the true big man, the true juggernaut, a part of the Monday Night Raw brand. Then we get things underway towards um, tag team action. We had Damage Control, which ended up being no other than Kyrie Sane and as well as Io Sky, getting ready to go to battle with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who was acting like a new big lady cool, as with her sunglasses, wearing the all suit black. I officially see that she most likely probably is officially part of on the Judgment Day, but that has not been officially been announced. Of course, they had an interview section where Jackie Redman interviewed Damage Control, and then of course things really broke down with Liv Morgan and them. Came to everything, of course, had a message for Nia Jax, and things really broke down when it came to things being interrupted. Then, of course, we ended up getting the match getting ready underway as we ended up having tag team action starting off with the men's division. The women's tag team match came a little bit later. We ended up having the WWE tournament for the World Tag Team Championships as we had the New Day versus the Authors of Pain. As things really picked up into a high gear, a whole lot of pandemonium and a whole lot of drama. More importantly, it kept me highly invested and I really enjoyed it. The course of how things were shifting in that tag team match. It was a lot of transitional moves. These two teams had a great chemistry, a whole lot of back and forth. The Authors of Pain were dominant through the course of everything with their power and pretty much using their bigness to control majority of the match. But the New Day was able to get a hold of things after things really broke down where R-Truth got involved. And of course, the Final Testament as well. Things really broke down, but then with a big distraction, the New Day was able to pick up the victory. And of course, New Day and R-Truth ended up celebrating, but things really took a turn post-match where the Final Testament cut off the ring after New Day left the ring, and they put the beat down to R-Truth. And then, of course, where things really hit the strive was Kofi was trying to go back to the ring, but Xavier Woods was holding him back and was letting him know it's not our problem, it's not our situation. But Kofi's like, yo, he's had our back, we need to have his back. But Xavier Woods kept saying, let me be the quarterback, let me make the plays when it comes to everything that's going on. Of course, Karrion Kross ended up smiling and seeing how things were going with the tensions of the New Day. It looked like the breakup was coming officially pretty soon. But more importantly, things really broke down where the lights went out. The Y6 finally officially made their return to Monday Night Raw, which is kind of great to see them finally make their initial return after being out for a couple weeks now. Then, of course, Nikki Cross put the jump directly to Scarlett, and then the other members of the Y6 ended up getting into the brawl with the Final Testament. They all ended up having a nice little tension brawl back and forth until they went into the ring announcers area towards where Lady Garcia. She bolted out of there, and things really broke down afterwards. The Miz was still in the ring after the whole thing that had broke down with the Y6 and the Final Testament breaking up. And then, of course, Uncle Howie ended up coming there right behind the Miz. Of course, a few people had footage from earlier in the day showing him coming from directly from under the ring. And Paul Ellering ended up taking a bullet for him and was caught in the man of applause and pretty much was put to rest in that situation afterwards. Then things really broke down via social media where Karrion Kross ended up approaching the Miz. The Miz is like, we need to get out of here. We need to not focus on them. He's done with the services, but Karrion Kross says, no, we got a Wyatt problem, and you're going to fix it, and you're going to be a part of us and go to Battle Wars because one of our guys took a bullet for you, and you need to step up to the plate and do your part to make sure everything runs smoothly when it comes to this Y6 problem. Backstage, we got Adam Pearce. He's asked about the plans going under after everything, getting things under control after so far with a chaotic night. He tells her that it's a great question, but seeing how Seth Rollins jumped Ronson Reed, the fight, but the officials were able to break it up. And of course, things really broke down, and he had an official answer when it came to that match, making it official. Kathy Kelly is interviewing Jey Uso, who he tells her, ironically, that he's in a city of brotherly love, but he has no love for his brother. Tough. That's tough right there. But he says, but tonight it's about the Intercontinetal Championship, but he promises by the end of the night, the people will hear and that famous word, still Intercontinetal Champion, Jey Uso. I don't know how to feel about that, but I feel like some kind of line throughout the storyline, things were going to shift up. And some way we was going to have the Bloodline's involvement when it came to how things were initially going to break down with the actual match, because he was scheduled to face Braun Breaker in an actual match for the Intercontinental Championship in the main event. Then we get a video promo for Raquel Rodriguez, which airs. She cuts a promo on Rhea Ripley. She tells her that not as long as she is around, Rhea will not get the women's world title back. She says the only reason Rhea rose to the top is because she is back. And the smartest thing Rhea can do is walk away, but Rhea won't do that. And since Rhea won't end it, she will. Then it'll end up going to a commercial break after everything had broke down. Then we got to the previous setup match for the women's division. It was Damage Control, Io Sky and Kairi Sane, and tag team action against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of chemistry with Damage Control controlling the majority of this match. Of course, Raquel was the big powerhouse to keep things at bay and take over with the momentum through the course of how everything was running smoothly. But things picked up really quickly after a double clothesline, including a couple other transitional moves through the course of commercial breaks. But things really broke down towards the end after no contest, after we ended up having things break down with the referee calling for the bell. And then we ended up having Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. They ended up coming in directly in the ring to beat up on Damage Control in the ring after the match. And then Liv and Raquel get in the ring, but Rhea's music hits and she comes directly after everything had broke down. Rhea throws Raquel to the outside of the ring and she grabs Liv, and then things broke down afterwards as she's about to put the beat down to her, but Dominic made the save, but Dominic got caught off guard and he got put into the lovely submission hold by Rhea Ripley. Not the riptide, but more so that codified like reverse style on Boston Crab Cloverleaf style submission hold. But then of course he was able to escape afterwards. Raquel pulled Dominic directly on the outside. Most likely they're probably setting up for Dominic versus Rhea Ripley in a men's and a women's style match, an intergender singles match, which will be interesting to see how that they'll pull that off. But of course, Dominic Mysterio was looking to step up to the plate as Carlito was vouching for him to get a world title shot against Gunther, which I don't know how I'm feeling about that, but I think Gunther's too much for Dominic. Dominic did face him in the past, and Gunther chopped him from one end of the ring to the other end and had him like a meat cleaver. I don't know if Dominic's ready, but he wanted to step up and show that he is going to be in a good graces when it comes to the Judgment Day and looking to step up to the plate after everything has broke down with not only with Damian Priest, who's looking to get back to the world title, but the Judgment Days wanted to cut him off and seal things when it came to how that was transpiring. Then we get to the next following situation. We end up having the World Tag Team Contenders Tournament. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus the American Made. This match was great. American Made was looking awesome as ever. You couldn't ask for anything better when it came to American Made. They were honestly doing their thing 100% through the course of this match. The chemistry was on point. All the high flying moves between Dragon Lee was doing his thing as well. And this was a really lot of back and forth when it came to everything that was going on. As well as Trick Williams, he was in the house watching this actual tag team match underway. He was in attendance, hyping things up when it comes to Halloween Havoc for this following weekend. And then we ended up having a whole lot of back and forth when it came to everything that went on with the course of the match. We ended up having a cover as Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee was able to pick up the victory after Dragon Lee was able to hit a splash off the top rope after follow-up from Rey Mysterio 619 to get the pinfall for their LWO to pick the pinfall over the American Made to keep things running with the steamroller as they get ready to go towards, I believe, the close to the finals as they get ready to take on the New Day. But we shall see how things turn out with that. Then we get to Adam Pearce, who's backstage with Damage Control, and he tells him that he would talk to the other general managers to handle their situation after we had NXT being involved as well as SmackDown. And then here comes Carlito, and he tells Adam Pearce that he has some challenger for Gunther, that it should be Dominic Mysterio, which I was referring to earlier. And then, of course, Adam Pearce didn't take it fully serious. He laughed it off, went about his situation, but he said if Dominic wanted to prove himself, he can try to go about that next following week. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Gunther. He tells her that he will be on SmackDown this following Friday to meet up to the challenge of meeting face to face with Cody Rhodes. But here comes Damian Priest to talk directly to Gunther, and things really got interesting when he tells Gunther that he promised him that he's done with the Judgment Day and it's done and over, and now his focus is on the World Heavyweight Championship. After Gunther comes from Crown Jewel, Gunther will have a problem with him because he will be champion. And Gunther tells him good luck with that and good for him. And he ends up leaving afterwards, smirking away and leaving, which is kind of hilarious. Gunther kind of killed the vibe when it came to that situation, but he was sincere, he was serious, and he left and went about his own way. Then we get to the Intercontinetal Championship match. This match was a smash mouth as you house you could have got. A lot of back and forth, everything under the sun. This main event lived up to it until we had the Bloodline being involved. They end up having tickets directly at ringside where things broke down. Solo Sikoa was playing his cards right by distracting Jey Uso. Jey Uso wasn't feeling the situation after Tama Loga pretty much was trying to pat Jey on the back, and he was not feeling that, so he ended up super kicking him. Then he ended up super kicking Tama Tonga as well. Things really broke down as Braun Breaker took advantage of the whole situation. So Sikoa got involved. And of course, things were broke down as they were arguing back and forth. Braun Breaker took advantage of the situation, hitting a super spear directly on Solo Sikoa. That enraged Solo Sikoa, not Solo Sikoa, but Jacob Fatu, who initially got involved. And things really broke down afterwards as they got into a melee brawl. But he ended up super kicking Jey Uso, Samoan, dropping him on the announcer's table after being distracted by Solo Sikoa. Then things broke down as Braun Breaker was able to hit that spear for the 1, 2, 3 and regain the Intercontinental Championship after the Bloodline's interference. But the cherry on top was when we had the face-to-face off between Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker, which in the near future is going to be an amazing match. It's going to deliver. It's going to keep us captivating. More importantly, it's going to keep us highly interested. I look forward to seeing how things really break down between those two, but more importantly, it's going to deliver 100%. Keep my eye on that. And overall, the whole entire Monday Night Raw was calm, cool, and collective. It was great for what it was. It was a decent show. With the storytelling, Jey Uso, where does he go from here? Could be interesting. You never know where he may end up going, but it like he's going into this feud with the Bloodline situation, and he told Solo, if they meet up again, it's going to be a problem, and it's going to be a different situation. So I'm intrigued to see how this situation comes off if he aligns himself back with his brother, along with the OTC, the original tribal chief, and see the original Bloodline go to war with the new Bloodline. But also you see all the hesitation of Jacob Fatu as well. He let all these things happen until things broke down with Solo Sikoa getting super speared. And maybe his heart is being pulled so many different directions. Kind of see that seed being pushed off, but overall the storyline is looking great. There's nothing more you can truly ask for when it came to how things are building up towards not only Crown Jewel, but as well as the stage setting up for Vancouver for everything to break down in Survivor Series for the War Games. But I'd like to know from you guys this point of view how you feel like everything. If you made it to this end of this video, I highly appreciate you guys watching the whole entire video for this actual in-depth review. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe so you'll be always in the know of when a new video drops for this actual channel. More importantly, I appreciate you guys coming through. You guys be safe until the next episode. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.